Hi friends, welcome to another episode of In This Season, where we're all about growing
and glowing
in each season. So in this episode, we're going to be exploring, talking about times that our hearts have led us astray and why it's important to balance emotion with reason when you're dating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me about a time that your heart has led you astray.
I think when we say a time when your heart has led you astray, I think that speaks to where you followed feelings.
Yeah,
that
where feelings have guided you.
Passion
and it has ended in tears.
And it has ended in tears. Yeah, I still with this Ghanaian guy. We had such, like, you know, when you see someone and you connect immediately.
Fireworks.
We were in an elevator and he says I hit on him. I sort of did.
No shame in that game.
I mean, he was I like my man tall, and he was a very fine-looking gentleman. So we were in an elevator, and I told him, "So, have you ever kissed someone in an elevator?" Then he said, "No." And then I said, "Oh, I've seen it in movies. I think it must be fun." And he goes like, "Yeah, it must be." Then I told him, I said, "Oh, my name is Priscilla." I was like, "Oh, so and so." We started talking, and the passion the chemistry was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I should never have been there in the first place. I should never have even
I know the situations you mean.
I should just have looked at this gentleman, agree and say, what a wonderful creation. God is beautiful
and then
amazing,
gone your way.
And gone my way. My heart. He led me to open my mouth. And it was...
Let's start with the kiss. And then?
Of course, so we didn't kiss then.
Okay.
We exchanged with pleasantries.
Okay.
We're living in the same apartment.
Oh, I thought it ended in a kiss in the elevator.
Then the next time we meet at a party, we're playing, no chatting, and of course I see him across the room. I'm like, Priscilla, you know, like when they say when God says do not, but you
don't
say,
try.
God says, "Baby, don't."
One time.
Then you say,
one time.
It is just this. No, I will not get feelings. I will just kiss this man and run away. Huh? Premium tears, premium heartache that I could have avoided by simply speaking to my heart and say, you are not as wise as I think you are. Mm-hmm. It is just my soul speaking to me, passion, and think that it's not a good idea. Mm-hmm. So now I know that usually sometimes when I get that excitement, my mom keeps saying bugu bugu simuliro. I don't know how to say it in English, but that fire that rages, I don't think anything is supposed to work like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to feel that way.
Yeah, it's not supposed to feel that way.
Yeah.
So I've been there, and we are now good. We now talk and we are good friends. But in hindsight, I don't regret it, but it's one of the things that I should just never.
You should have avoided it. I get you. Yeah. I had a one of those as well. I met this human, oh my goodness, and it was, like you said, electric fire, all of it. It was a short-lived relationship. And I remember at the start, at the very beginning, it was, those people, Mills and Boone. The Works. It was a movie. It was a movie. Everything about that relationship was a movie. But at the start, he said to me that he was going to move away at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. And that really makes it more.
But the electricity.
It even grows more if he
didn't believe in long distance. I didn't believe in long distance. And so we decided we were going to make those the best 6 months of our life.
That was sweet though.
Guys, it was fire. It was just one of those moments in your life that you'll never forget. And you know what happened? We even parted ways amicably. The 6 months were done. He took me to a very fancy dinner, whatever,
closure.
We had them kissed on the side of the road. I got into the cab to the airport, whatever. It was all fun and games. And then a few weeks later, I found out on Twitter that I was the side chick that whole time. On Twitter, somebody opened an account. To date, that account has one tweet to let me know that I was the side chick of that year.
Commitment.
Imagine, up until that day of the tweet,
for you,
it had been the most beautiful 6 months. Obviously, I changed my mind at the end of the 6 months. I was all, let's give the long distance a try. Because the feelings were very, very real. We got along like a house on fire, whatever. But from that tweet, imagine your whole world just crumbling down like that. Like, I was just like, which part of it was real, which part wasn't. It messed with my self-esteem. It messed with, my self-worth. It's that relationship quite literally changed the trajectory of my life. That relationship is the reason I'm a teacher. I've never told anyone this. Like, I won't get into the details, but that relationship literally changed the trajectory of my whole life. I should have walked away. And what's funny is, in the beginning times, I remember there's a time he was looking at me, those deep whatever, we were having a moment, and he said to me, "I'm bad for you." When people tell you they're bad for you, believe them the first time.
Believe them, and they will.
Do not stay and find out why.
Believe them.
So yeah.
But
the emotion, common sense, it was all right there. I didn't believe in long distance. The relationship was over. We knew the end right before we started. And of course, at that point when we had that discussion, it was still a very young. The feelings were very young. We really had it. It was beginning days. I could have walked away. I should have walked away.
Yeah, but I think because we, how do I say, in the movies, that's what we have seen as the definition of an amazing relationship. It is electricity right from the start.
That is true. That's true.
And then when we experience that, we think, oh my God,
that is it. But when you think about it logically, it's very different from the 1 Corinthians love.
It is very different.
Very different.
It is very different.
Very different.
It is very different.
There's nothing about 1 Corinthians love that says fire, that says, actually, I haven't gotten hot thinking back to that.
Yeah, because it's so, every time you meet, it is banal. Honestly, and I remember my mom telling me that you can't sustain a life like that.
But wouldn't it be nice?
But it is exhausting,
but
babe.
Wouldn't it be nice?
No, I don't want.
Yeah, I remember it was so up and down. Like when we were together, extreme.
Yeah, I can't.
When we were together, it was magic. It was fireworks. When we were apart, when am I going to see him again? He's gosh, it was just a lot. Oh my gosh.
To the extent that even people who knew us would be like when you're away from him, you can see something is missing. What the light has departed. Which shave you?
Child, we had agreed that when we part ways, we're not going to exchange contact information. Would be because we were in one country and then we would be in a different country, and so we didn't even know where the other lives, or we didn't have our numbers. I didn't have his number, where he was going and whatever. So, but do you know how you'd be in traffic jam and you think you've seen him in the car passing by? You've seen someone who walks like him. You smell him in it is
not sustainable. I mean, it is in the beginning. It's exciting and it's like you feel alive and oh my God. But now, I can't have. I don't want.
Yeah, I want a slow burning, steady love.
Steady, grounding love.
Yeah, a safe love that I know that you're going to be there, even when we disagree, even when we fight, even, that push and pull, that anxiety,
the fear, will you leave me?
Oh my goodness.
The silent treatment. I can't do that.
I agree.
Can't do that.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I think I've had twice. My heart has led me twice. And I'm glad I experienced them because now the me now knows that should I ever have experienced that, I would never have. I don't want it. It's and usually usually in the beginning you're like, maybe not, but then there's something that pulls the devil is the liar. You just simply say it.
I mean, I don't regret it either. I do have a lot of scars I shouldn't have had if I had walked away
from that.
From that, but I do also acknowledge that in that moment, I am glad that I had the courage to follow my heart and follow what I believed in at that time. Right? I mean, I wouldn't know what I know now had I not. And for the record, I know we're supposed to have learned our lessons, but I would do it again.
Yeah? Really? That
I think.
What?
I think.
Because the thing is...
Okay, let's just say that I don't regret that it happened when it did and that I have that experience. So when I read that, you know, his heart left his chest when he saw her, I know what it means because I literally experienced that. When he would walk into the room, everyone would disappear. Everyone would disappear.
That's amazing.
It's like it just feels like the crowd would part in. Oh my goodness!
I really experienced the movie. But you know the funny thing is, even in steady love, I still get butterflies. You know, so I think that that sometimes we assume that passion must only look like that, but you can still experience passion even in a steadfast, calm, grounding, mature love. Yeah,
but I don't think that I ever want to feel that way about another human again. The kind where the crowd parts and you all disappear and I only see one person. I don't know. I personally know I don't want to. I don't want to experience that intense. It's not even intense. It is just it's infatuation. Honestly, it's not love. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It is infatuation. Yeah.
I think it was love.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been. I mean, because the thing is, even like with this person, we were really like we connected beyond just the fickle stuff. Like our conversations were amazing. We like he told me a lot, I told him a lot. So as on a human level, there was it was quite good. But I think that it can sometimes get a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I get you. I mean, we were great friends. You know, read me like a book. We got along like a house on fire. But I would still prefer the First Corinthians love, the patient, kind, all of that.
Yeah, because I remember there was this time when we were out on a dinner with friends. It was a group of friends, and I was talking to someone, and naturally I'm a very curious person about people. I like to know who's Zerida, what do you do, well, like what excites you. So I can be out and I know everything about you and you know anything about me because I'm those people who like to get into you. And there was this guy who was sitting across me, and I was just getting into that conversation, and the jealousy, and the passion with which he was like, I'm like, but why?
It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. But that feeling of you only belong, I can't. I can't. I can't do it again. It was good while it lasted. Amazing, ticked off the box. I'm too mature for that now. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that outside influences have an impact on who you choose to date, where, how you date and all of that? And when I say outside influences, I mean family, friends, societal pressure. Now we have social media as well.
Yeah. I think that it would be, no one can delude themselves that they live in a vacuum. We all live in society and we're interconnected thanks to the internet even now more than ever. So no one can say that they have not been influenced by other people or by what they're seeing on the gram or whatever. So my answer is yes. We can easily be influenced. However, I think it is in deliberately choosing who is influencing you, your choice of a partner. Because you can let your next best content creator influence you, or you can let the word of God influence you, or you can let your family influence you. So it depends on, but all of us are influenced one way or another. Yeah. No one is choosing from a place of me, because we don't live in me. You know, church is influencing you, I'm influencing you, influencing me. Like all of us are one way. Why do you think on Valentine's Day, when people need to are posting their flowers and what, some of those who didn't receive flowers then feel like maybe I'm not loved enough, maybe my mother isn't doing enough, maybe, you know.
Or some of us buy our own flowers and post them as if it was our partners who bought them for us.
Or even have women buy themselves cars and posting and say, oh, thanks babe for my dream car, my push gift. You bought it yourself. Yeah. But because, you know, you've seen other women receiving from their partners, so you think that's, you know, so definitely we are all being influenced. No one is immune. Yeah. But I think it's just being deliberate on what you're choosing to listen to and lean into as influence.
That's true. We all have that choice. As much as we have all this influence coming into our lives, we all have that choice to choose what influences us. Because at the end of the day,
it's you alone.
Yeah. You'll be there alone in your situation that Zerida has influenced you into doing or into pursuing, you know what I mean? You will be there alone with that decision. So, yeah.
That's why when they say that it's very important to curate the voices that you're listening to. Even if it's just among a circle of friends. Not every friend is necessarily good advice for you, or not necessarily what may work for me may not necessarily work for you. So it's just having a sieve in terms of who's speaking into your life, and if you're listening, what you're listening to. And by the end of the day, I think the decision lies with you.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, I hope that our experiences, we haven't gone much into detail, but I'm sure each and every single one of us has a story to tell about a time that we have followed our heart, or we've let emotions, lead the way, and have some scars to show for the experience. So I think that our takeaway from this episode at the end of the day should be that it's important to feel emotions and all of that, balance it with reason. Let's use logic.
What would you say? What's the alternative to emotions?
Logic.
Because then someone would argue that then that is not love. The way we've believed love is devoid of logic. Like if you're using your head, you're not loving. Using your heart. Is love a decision? Is love a feeling? Is love a choice?
I think love is a combination of all of those things. Yeah, because we've talked about incidents where you felt this thing, but if we had put in just a little bit of logic, it wouldn't have gone where it went. I think love, for me, love is even a verb. It's not just a feeling. It's a choice. It is a verb. It's something that we do, we could, because when you have a partner, let's say a forever partner, you don't wake up feeling your heart doing do.
And that is why we were saying that
go to jar every day. No. Sometimes they're going to be chewing with their mouth really, really loud. And it's just going to... sometimes they're going to be sitting on the toilet taking a very smelly poo.
Damn! Oh my God!
You know what I mean?
That door,
love is, but if we're going to rely on that do, are you going to feel do in that moment when his fumes are just filling up the whole? Do you know what I mean? No,
I know what you mean.
It's not like that. So love is not all roses and flowers and all of these things. Love is a real thing.
Exactly.
It's a real thing. It's a choice that we make over and over again.
And I think that goes back to that discussion we had of that intense electrifying feeling is non-sustainable for the long run, because you can only set yourself on fire for how long before you totally burn out.
That's true.
So and I think for me, as you've said, I'm more drawn to the constant, steadfast, grounding, calm love.
Yeah. I think if I had to pick and choose, I would definitely also go for it.
Because it does not mean that it's devoid of excitement. Doesn't mean it's devoid of passion. It just means that it's for the long haul, And it's
not destructive.
Yeah.
There's a saying that says, if it costs you your peace, it's too expensive.
Imagine you can't even work when you have the time thinking about, oh, the text is sent in the morning, your head is there.
That's so true. That's so true. That all consuming. It's just not.
But also, I've in my current relationship, I have been there, and I'm laughing at by myself alone, like in a remembering a conversation I had. So that it does not mean that you won't experience it, but it will just manifest differently as you get older.
A stable, steady,
so attractive
love,
like all the way. It's for the long haul,
and we wish it for all of you.
Yeah.
So please share with us times in the past where you followed your heart and it has led you astray. Let's laugh together. Yeah.
Clowning.
Let's laugh together in the comment section.
We stay clowning. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Leave us in the comment section. We really like to engage with all of you, and do share this episode with anyone that you feel would benefit, or just want to share and spread some love. So thank you so much.
Keep the episode going until it reaches the people we've talked about in the episode. Choosing violence. Always. Bye guys. See you next week.